In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make money for your real estate private equity fund or syndication, even during this crazy housing crisis at the time of the recording in 2023, which everyone says is coming up. And I'm going to show you how you can apply these tried and true principles no matter what recession comes, no matter how high interest rates go, and no matter how low the housing prices get. The first and the key main way you'll be able to benefit from the housing crisis if you're looking to do a real estate private equity fund or syndication is really to make sure that you deal with places with low recidivism. So recidivism is just when people don't pay their rents, and it's a fancy word for saying that. And there are certain towns and certain cities where you have people that have very stable jobs. If you were to acquire real estate and then the amount of rent money that people pay you is inconsistent because people are losing their jobs and they're working at all these tech companies where Elon Musk and all these folks are laying people off, then the income and the rents will be really flaky. However, if you work in towns that everyone works for the government for, then you're going to do really well. So governments are not really known to lay people off nearly as much as the private sector. If you were to acquire real estate in places like Washington, D.C., where there are a lot of cybersecurity deals and government contracts, if you're in Canada, Ottawa, Canada is pretty good because everyone works for the government. If you were to just work with people who have government jobs and who have super stable jobs, and they're predictable, reliable, repeatable. Everyone goes to work at the same time, even during a recession, because the governments, they barely lay anyone off during hard economic times. Then the amount of rental income that you're going to get for your houses is going to be more. And people are also likely going to be able to still afford the houses that they're buying. Because the main reason why the house prices are going down is because when interest rates go up and economic activity slows down, because layoffs and so on, very few people will be able to afford the houses. So another way that you can benefit from the housing market crash is just buying low, selling high. So really obvious, but if you were to make sure that you buy the houses really low and you benefit from the fix and flip strategy of doing value add when a lot of people can't afford it, and then you wait, because the average time a recession lasts is about 18 months. You buy it, you wait till economic activity boosts again, and you do some value add, then you'll be able to exit at a really high price and pay back your investors. So the point is, buy low, sell high. And so the first example is really getting rental income and consistent income by buying houses in stable places that weren't affected by the market crash. And then the second thing I told you was making sure that you take advantage of places that were really hit by the market crash by buying super low and selling super high. But a third and little known way to make sure that you don't get hit during this housing crisis is to look at leases from businesses. So look at businesses that are doing well during the housing market crash, and you can take advantage over how they're making money for their customers, because the housing market crash is something to do with people that work 9 to 5 and pay rents for their houses. But if you were to look at buildings that actually lease properties out to other businesses, or businesses that lease their property out to other businesses, then you're leaving them out their housing markets. You're still in the real estate market, but you're leaving the housing markets. And if you were to look and really think, hospitals, really established businesses, Fortune 500s, restaurants that are really stable, things like that, then you'll be able to escape the problems of the housing market crash and then focus on the performance of businesses during this time, and make sure that you buy real estate that is used by businesses, that leases it out to other businesses, and so you completely leave the housing market. And so what do you think of this video? Is it something that gives you a few ideas to deal with that housing market crash? Which one is your favorite one? Is it making sure that you go in places of low recidivism? Is it making sure that you buy super low, sell super high after recession? Or is it making sure that you leave the housing market entirely and you work on dealing with businesses that are leasing their properties to other businesses? And so with this, I hope this video makes some sense, and make sure you head to